Genghis Khan was one of the greatest conquerors in history who forged the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen. He was the founder of the Mongol Empire, which stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe and from Siberia to the Middle East. He was a brilliant military strategist, a charismatic leader, and a ruthless warrior. He was also a man of mystery who left behind many legends and secrets. One of the most enduring mysteries is the location of his tomb. For 800 years, no one has been able to find the final resting place of the Mongol ruler, despite numerous attempts and theories. Why is Genghis Khan's tomb so elusive? What are the challenges and obstacles that hinder the search? And what are the cultural and historical reasons that make the tomb a taboo topic in Mongolia? In this video, we will explore these questions and try to unravel the mystery of Genghis Khan's tomb. Mongolia is a land of contrasts, where ancient traditions coexist with modern developments. It is a land of nomads who roam the endless grasslands with their herds of horses, camels, and sheep. It is also a land of history, where the legacy of Genghis Khan is still alive and revered. His face is on the money and on the vodka. He is considered the father of the nation and the symbol of Mongolian identity. He is also the subject of many myths and legends which are passed down from generation to generation. One of the most popular legends about Genghis Khan is the story of his death and burial. According to the legend, Genghis Khan died in 1227 during a military campaign against the Tangut kingdom of Western Xia in what is now China. The exact cause of his death is unknown, but some sources suggest that he was wounded by an arrow, fell from his horse, or succumbed to illness. His death was kept secret from his enemies and his subjects to avoid panic and chaos. Only a few of his closest companions knew the truth, and they carried his body back to Mongolia, following his last wish to be buried in his homeland. Along the way, they killed anyone who crossed their path to conceal the route of the funeral procession. When they reached the sacred mountain of Burkhan Khaldun, in the Khenti province of northeastern Mongolia, they buried Genghis Khan in a secret spot, without any markings or monuments. To erase any traces of the grave, they diverted a river over it, planted trees over it, or trampled it with horses, depending on the version of the legend. They then executed the slaves and soldiers who built the tomb and killed themselves to ensure that no one would ever reveal the location. Thus, Genghis Khan's tomb became the greatest mystery of Mongolian history. Over the centuries, many people have tried to solve the mystery and find the tomb of Genghis Khan. Some were motivated by curiosity, some by fame, and some by greed, hoping to find the treasures and relics that were supposedly buried with the emperor. The search for the tomb has involved scholars, adventurers, archaeologists, and even governments from Mongolia, China, Russia, and other countries. Some of the most notable attempts include the expedition of the French missionary and explorer Jean-François Gerbillon, who visited Mongolia in the late 17th century and claimed to have seen the tomb of Genghis Khan near the Onon River, but was unable to approach it due to the hostility of the locals. The expedition of the Russian explorer and geographer Pyotr Kozlov, who discovered the ruins of the Mongol capital of Karakorum in the early 20th century and excavated several tombs in the nearby valley of the Orkhon River, but none of them belonged to Genghis Khan. The expedition of the American journalist and adventurer Maury Kravitz, who spent more than 30 years and millions of dollars in the late 20th and early 21st century searching for the tomb of Genghis Khan in various locations in Mongolia and China, using helicopters, ground-penetrating radar, and DNA tests, but without any success. The project of the National Geographic Society, which launched the Valley of the Khans project in 2009, using satellite imagery, crowdsourcing, and artificial intelligence to scan and analyze a large area of the Mongolian territory, looking for anomalies and potential sites of the tomb, but still awaiting confirmation and verification. Despite the efforts and resources invested in the search for Genghis Khan's tomb, the mystery remains unsolved. There are many challenges and obstacles that make the search difficult, such as the lack of reliable historical sources and records, as most of the Mongol chronicles and documents were lost or destroyed during the invasions and wars that followed the collapse of the Mongol Empire. The vastness and diversity of the Mongolian territory, which covers more than 1.5 million square kilometers with various terrains and climates and few roads and infrastructures. The secrecy and hostility of the Mongolian people, who consider the tomb a sacred and taboo topic and who resist and oppose any foreign interference or intrusion in their land and culture. In fact, one of the main reasons why Genghis Khan's tomb can't be found is because the Mongolians don't want it to be found. For them, finding the tomb would mean violating the will and the spirit of their ancestor, who wished to be buried in secret and in peace. It would also mean exposing their heritage and identity to the risk of exploitation and appropriation by outsiders. For the Mongolians, Genghis Khan is not a historical figure but a living legend who is present and revered in their daily life, their traditions, and their beliefs. They don't need to find his tomb because they already have his legacy. This is the mystery of Genghis Khan's tomb, a mystery that may never be solved and that may not need to be solved. It is a mystery that reflects the paradox of Genghis Khan, a man who conquered the world but who remains hidden from the world. It is a mystery that reveals the contrast of Mongolia, a country that is open to the world but that preserves its secrets from the world. It is a mystery that challenges us to question our motives and values and to respect the choices and wishes of others. It is a mystery that invites us to admire and appreciate the beauty and the mystery of Mongolia and of Genghis Khan.